The game wanted me dead. This thing that is slow and cumbersome and can run only really in straight lines was that far behind me in game terms the entire time that I was running and panicking and going around things. Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this brand new day. Yay! It is raining again outside. I have my window open pretty wide because it's warm, and so you may be able to hear the rain. I don't know. It's not raining hard. It is raining though, so thumbs up. It was actually dry when I went out walkies last night, so that was actually nice too. So it was warm. I just wore my outside plaid shirt as a jacket with my backpack and went out walkies, and it was nice. It was very, very cool. Definitely a thumbs up. So I had a good walkies. I've been taking my multivitamins as well as all of my other supplements, and it's cooler because I'm not putting on as many blankets because it's warmer, and I slept, no leg cramping, so that part is all really good. I mean, thumbs up. I don't sleep long. It's still like 4 hours before discomfort and pain wakes me up, and then I just toss and turn until it's time to get out of bed, but I was able to do so, and that was good. And of course, yay, YouTube algorithms, front-loading of videos. If you could toss me a like, that would be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel if you haven't, that too would be very cool. If you could leave me a comment, I love those. I thumbs up each one I get. I answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow, so very cool. And of course, I'd like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are helping to keep me alive. Oy vey. I am losing a lot of weight at the end of each month because I can't really buy food, which is fun, but I'm still surviving because of these literally beautiful and awesome people, along with my pets, are able to survive. If you'd like to help to keep me surviving, there are links to my Patreon in the video show more description. Yay, front loading a video over. Thank you, YouTube algorithms. So yeah, it was actually not a bad day yesterday. I mean, I had sleeping problems, yay, but at least they're not gluten sleeping problems now. So when I wake up, I'm able to just shake it off and I feel pretty good. I may have some tingling of my extremities from stopping sleeping, but after like 5-10 minutes, I am up and running again. Whereas if I fall asleep from gluten, I am gone for the rest of the day. I can't get my head working again. But just accidentally falling asleep because I'm tired and not being interfered with and brain fogged by gluten, it's just shake it off and keep going. Definitely a thumbs up there. Two other things I want to say before I go into the big thing. I like the game D100 Dungeon. I still have it here, and I've been trying, I've been reading it, and I really want to play it, but I don't have any of the free character sheets and dungeon stuff. And if you have a library card in Shelton, you can get X number of copies, photocopies made each and every month. I called them up to find out if I'd be able to go up and renew my library card. They're closed for remodeling the main building where you can get this stuff done. They have satellites around town that open periodically, not every day. So I gotta wait until the main place opens because I doubt they're gonna just drag photocopiers with them. I mean, they might, who knows, but I don't know. So that's joyous. The other thing is, I am almost done with the game Dead Island. I've been playing that very, very nicely. I have not been hyperfixating on it, which tends to burn me out on games. I'll get into like Grim Dawn and then hyperfixate where I don't play anything else for 5-10 days, and then I get burned out on it and stop playing. I've been playing this for a little bit, and sometimes not every day, and sometimes just for an hour. I'm 90% through the main quest, and I've done all the side quests. I'm in Act 4 of 4. You're in a prison. You cannot go back out to the main places anymore. You're stuck in the last part of the game, and I am there. So I'm almost done. There's been a lot of really goofy stuff, and there's a lot of janky stuff, but it's still fun. Here's a janky part that was still great. I have mentioned before how the game will occasionally put you in situations where a zombie will run up at you fast. And there's something about the coding where it actually partially clips into you. So it doesn't just run up and then hurt you, it runs up partially clips into you, and you lose at least half of your health, are staggered, and your vision goes partly dim. You can do whatever you want. You can kick these individuals, you can hit them with a weapon. They don't stagger. They push back, and then they hit again. I mean, there's no way to stop them. All you're going to do is die. Those suck. That happened this one night while I was in town, and there was one of these. They're big, they're bulky, they're bound up in like straight jackets, and they have things over their faces, and they are tanks. When they see you and run, if they hit you, you are going to get hit hard like an actual tank hit you. There was one of them in this situation where it was started to walk toward me, and then it started charging. By this time, I had turned and was running. The game turned that into one of those get into you and have it half clip into you kind of zombies. I have enhanced stamina, so I can run further. And thank goodness, I was running hard. I was getting close to stuff and then zooming around things, trying to peel this zombie off, but it was on me. 2 blocks I'm running through the game. Fast as I can, zipping around things, and it sounds like it's just behind me. I mean, just behind me. And the thing is, it was. Because finally, when I have out of a stamina bar this big, I'm down to about this much stamina, and I finally managed to juke around a stationary something. I went juke, beat, wham, as the thing that had been chasing me slammed into the obstacle that I had just ducked around. The game wanted me dead. This thing that is slow and cumbersome and can run only really in straight lines was that far behind me in game terms the entire time that I was running and panicking and going around things. And only at the last moment did I get close enough to something that the game went, I guess it goes thump into that instead. Ugh. It was moments like that, though, that I love the game Dead Island. It's janky, it's missing a lot of quality of life stuff, and it's bloody awesome. I keep playing it, and Dying Light is great, and in fact, all the parkour stuff is awesome. It's still waiting. I'm still playing Dead Island. But the game was cheating and wanted me dead moment actually turned out to be awesome because I juked around it finally. Oh my gosh. It was tense, and I was laughing at the end because it was so stupid. So thumbs up for that. Now though, the thing that I wanted to talk about here, this is both funny and not. I had brought up the whole D100 dungeon thing. Also, I have been not Googling, of course, searching on YouTube, D100 Dungeon. There is so little material on YouTube for this. My videos, my vlogs, where I say, hey, look, someone sent me D100 Dungeon, those come up on the results. There is so little stuff available on YouTube for it. My videos saying, hey, I'd like to know more about it, show up in a search for it. So yay. And I just thought that was funny. It's a great game. I love it. Now, though, I'm going to talk onto this because in comments, somebody had mentioned, Floramu, about how the cosmic horror, the people of the stuff, and, cosmic horror isn't being treated as actual, things that humanity was not meant to know, and people are, you lose your mind if you find this stuff. There's actually a reason, and I do want to talk about that because I have been thinking about it. Cosmic horror is generally, people go mad in stories about this stuff because it's stuff that we can't understand. We cannot understand it, and then we're given just evidence that these things that are much beyond us barely even know that we're here, and if they even do realize they're here, that's not going to make them stop their plans. If they want to wipe the planet clean of life, they're just going to do so. We don't matter. One of the big things about that, though, is trying to understand it. You generally lose your mind in these stories because we generally don't have the senses to fully understand these things. But our brains want to make sense of these things, but can't. We are 3 + 1, all the three, length, height, width, depth, and time sense. But you need more than that to be able to understand these beings. You're effectively given video evidence, I mean, not even video evidence, where it's 1 lemon plus 1 lemon plus 1 lemon plus 1 lemon equals 5 lemons. And your brain gets stuck on that. It can't conceptually get past stuff like that, but you have to. You don't have the senses, though, to be able to understand and get all the information. It's not 2 plus 2 equals 5. There's more there that you can't see and understand. The people of the razor's edge on the inside, because of, in this particular setting, everybody has extra universal chromosomes, energy from the outside this universe that when it came in was altered by the universe and altered the universe in such a way that every single living intelligent being in this universe has these extra universal chromosomes. 90% of all beings they do not express in any way. For 10% they express and they have the sight. 50% of those people with the sight cannot consciously see it. But this sight is more. You're able to interact with stuff that's not here, our reality. You can experience more. You have extra universal senses to experience things that most things can't. You have an extra universal brain structures to properly interpret this data, and you have extra universal brain structures to properly contextualize all this information. These people have, if it is a step of 1,000 steps to reach understanding in a cosmic horror way, but to reach that point, it drives you mad. The people of the razor's edge and the inside are already at, I've already forgotten the number, call it 100 steps instead of whatever it was. They're already 75 steps along the way there just because of their expressed universal chromosomes. So that 25% that maybe would fry their heads, well, as happens in our world, if there is a genetic component to alcoholism, but it's not instant. Repeated exposure to alcoholism makes those genes express and turn on in our world. This happens with exposure in the inside and the razor's edge. They're already 3/4 of the way there. There's only a little bit more that they need. So yeah, when people of the razor's edge and the inside come across something like the King in Crimson, the Apple Rock Kaiju, things like that, these are what they would blow our minds out here because our brains are trying to contextualize something that they can't. We don't get enough information. 2 plus 2 equals 5. But the people on the inside, this is just another day. They have all this, and it doesn't destroy their fragile meat brains because the energy of the infinite pool, ocean that is the inside has done like our universe does for diffusion. Diffusion is free, osmosis. There is just the instantaneous transfer of stuff. We don't have to deal with it. It's given to us as a gift by the universe. On the inside and all that, all of these external, extra universal structures are taken over and done by the energy of the inside and the razor's edge. It's all offloaded. Their brains don't have to deal with it. These parts that aren't an actual physical part of them take care of that. And the thing is, of course, for the people that live on the inside and the razor's edge, because of all this, imagine the most beautiful thing that you have ever seen on this planet, where if you went there, you would just be reduced to religious awe and crying. You've seen pictures like that. You've seen places like that IRL that are close to it, something that just reaches inside of you. The inside and the razor's edge, first, it's like take that and then crank it up one more to 11. The inside and the razor's edge starts at that and then goes upward. That point that has just got you reduced to tears and religious awe that's just a 3 out of 10. You see it every day. Sure, it's nice, but you see it every day. You don't notice it anymore. We're good at normalizing things. And they are just people on the inside. They may have these extra things from the universal energies, extra universal energies, but they're still people. You normalize. And the thing is, too, if you went in there, you would feel the air in your lungs. It would taste delicious. You would feel it moving. And if you concentrated, you would be able to feel this kind of, you know how carbonation sounds and how it feels when you drink it? You kind of realize you can feel that in your chest. And when you concentrate, it's not even painful. In fact, it feels good. And it's not just your chest, it's in your lungs. And when you think about that, it's not just your lungs. You're feeling your individual cells. That kind of carbonated feeling that's going in your lungs that feels really good is actually the gaseous exchange at the cellular level as your lungs are getting rid of the waste gases and taking in oxygen. And you can feel that. And if you sit back and listen, you realize you can hear your blood moving in your veins. You can hear the electrical activity of your nerves. The entire existence of your body is a vast chorus of music crying out in one great song about the joy of simple existence. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. There aren't very many people who leave me comments, but anything more than 0 is awesome, so thank you. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count American Sign Language, well, you've seen how my brain works. I get lost. So, I mean, I do better with a much reduced amount of gluten in my diet. I'm thinking better with, my methylphenidate hydrochloride. I'm thinking better. So things are getting better, but Catalot, thumbs up, and thank you very much. And we have Confused Owl 29, and it was. There is Demo, greatly appreciated. We have First World Nomad, thumbs up. There is Ben B, greatly appreciated. Bubbles, oh, fingers crossed, and here's hoping. And then there is Ice Damon. And that is it. 7 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Greatly appreciated. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people. If only in text and if only for a short time, but that's greatly appreciated. Thumbs up. And hey, with my hands in the air, don't know what device you're watching this on, but if you can see the video description inside, I have links to all my various channels, as well as my Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and again, if you could become a Patreon patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be literally beautiful and awesome, quite much so. My kitty cat is alive because of these people. My hamster ghost is alive because of these people. Shucks, I am alive because of these people. So if you would like to become one of these people that is beautiful and awesome, that too would be beautiful and awesome, so thumbs up. And of course, if you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, I do have a PayPal link, and if you'd like to help me out without sending any money at all, there's an Amazon wishlist link with stuff with cat food on it. Yay! If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, and of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Thumbs up and thank you. So I do have some phone calls I need to make. I did make some yesterday. I've gotten that at least done. I can generally get about one thing done per day if I really push, and I'm pushing hard because I got to get things done. I just don't have the level of support that I require, and that sucks. But I'm going to keep working on the things that I got to work on. Hopefully you are going to be able to work on the things that you would like to work on, and that too would be a very cool thing. So, with the covfefe bug raging and several thousand people in the United States dying daily from it, don't be one of them, please. You know the precautions, please use them. And just, you don't want to check out early. You don't want to suffer your whole life from complications of it. We are alive for so long. We are alive for such a short period of time, and then we are dead forever. So please, don't check out early. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is, well, in my book anyway, a very good thing.